Most wealthy people didn't get there with some secret stock tip or because they were a math genius. No, they just follow 6 pretty simple rules, and they do it consistently. And today, we're going to break down that exact step-by-step plan so you can start building your own path to wealth right now.
Okay, picture this. You're trying to fill a bathtub, but you've totally forgotten to put the plug in. That is exactly what it feels like trying to save and invest while you're also carrying high-interest debt. You're pouring money in, but it's just draining out the bottom just as fast, and you feel like you're getting absolutely nowhere.
So rule number 1 is super simple. Before you can fill that tub, you gotta plug the financial leaks. This is all about stopping that drain by first getting a firm grip on your debt and second, really understanding exactly where your money is going.
Now here's a key thing to understand. Wealthy people don't just avoid all debt. They're smarter than that. They understand the difference. They see 2 types. First, you've got anchor debt. This is the bad stuff, right? Credit cards, personal loans, anything with high interest that literally just sinks your progress. But then you've got lever debt, like a low-cost mortgage. This can actually be a tool, a lever to lift you up, freeing up your money for investments that can earn you an even higher return. It's all about knowing which one to attack and which one to use.
Okay, so how do you actually destroy that anchor debt? Well, there's a simple 3-step battle plan. First, list, and I mean it. Write down every single debt you have and its interest rate. You gotta get it all out in the open. Second, automate. Set up automatic minimum payments for everything so you never miss one. And third, attack. Throw every single spare penny you have at the debt with the highest interest rate until it is completely gone. Then you move to the next one. It's a focused, systematic takedown.
And that brings us to the other big leak, your spending. See, for most of us, trying to manage our money without really tracking it, it's like driving with a really foggy windscreen. You know you're moving, but you have no clue where you're actually headed. In fact, get this. Research shows that most people underestimate their monthly spending by a staggering 20 to 25%.
The solution here is actually pretty simple. Forget complicated budgets. Just split your money into 3 buckets. First, you've got your fundamentals, all the non-negotiables like rent, bills, groceries. Second is your fun bucket, and this is for guilt-free spending that makes life worth living. And third, your future bucket. This is the money that goes towards savings and investments. That simple clarity gives you total control.
Okay, so once the leaks are plugged, we get to the next step. You've got to build a financial shield. Think of this as your financial spare tire. You really hope you never need it, but if you get a flat, having it turns a potential crisis into just a manageable inconvenience. And make no mistake, crises happen. According to Bankrate, a shocking 59% of Americans couldn't cover an unexpected $1,000 expense, just $1,000. Without that financial shield, one small problem can quickly spiral, forcing you to sell investments at the worst possible time or take on even more of that nasty anchor debt.
So the blueprint for building this shield is all about the right order of operations. First, just focus on saving 1 month of living expenses. That's your initial buffer. Once that's secure, you go back to attacking all of your high-interest debt. And only once that's gone, then you build your full emergency fund of 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. Following this order builds your shield on a really solid foundation.
With your defenses in place, it's time to go on offense. It's time to plant the seeds of wealth. Now, the truth about building wealth is, well, it's almost disappointingly boring. It's not about finding the next hot stock. It's about being consistent and letting the magic of compounding do the heavy lifting. It's really all about getting rich slow, on purpose. And this is the perfect way to picture it. Think of a snowball rolling down a really long hill. At first, you have to do all the work. But as it rolls, it picks up more snow on its own, getting bigger and faster. And Warren Buffett is the ultimate example. I mean, he's the greatest investor of all time, yet 97% of his incredible wealth was built after his 65th birthday. It's not because he suddenly got smarter, it's because his snowball had enough time to become an unstoppable force. And this leads directly to maybe the hardest rule of all. Automate and then do nothing. The average investor actually underperforms the market, often by 3 or 4% a year. Why? Because they can't stop tinkering.
They check their portfolio, they react to the news, and they end up buying high and selling low. The wealthy do the opposite. They automate their investments and then they basically forget about them. The real skill is having the discipline to just do nothing.
Now, even if you invest perfectly, there is one more system you have to master: the tax game. It's kind of like a board game where half the players never even read the rule book. See, most of us earn money, we pay tax on it right away, and then we invest what's left. But the wealthy, they play by a different set of rules. They earn, they invest first using special accounts, and they pay tax much, much later. That lets their money grow way faster.
And the best part is, you can use these exact same rules. So here's your game plan. First, if your employer offers any kind of retirement match, you max it out. It is a 100% return on your money instantly. It's basically free money. Then you open a tax-efficient account, like a Roth IRA or a TFSA. And inside that account, just stick to simple, low-cost index funds that track the whole market. Then you automate it, and you're consistent. That's how you win the tax game.
So this brings us to our final rule, and it might just be the most important one of all. It's not a strategy or a tactic. It's about looking in the money mirror and defining your why. What is the actual purpose of all this for you?
Because without a clear purpose, it's so easy to get stuck on what's called the happiness treadmill. See, studies show that people consistently believe they need 2 to 3 times their current income to finally be happy. But what happens when they get there? The goalpost just moves. It becomes this treadmill with no finish line, because more is not a destination.
So you have to ask yourself this question, and be really honest. What do you truly want your money to give you? Not what looks good on Instagram or what signals success to others. What do you genuinely want? Is it the freedom to quit a job you hate? Is it the deep security of knowing your family is taken care of? Or is it simply more time to spend with the people you love?
Ultimately, this is the rule that holds everything together. Your answer to that question should drive every single